Hi, welcome to this video on writing one quantity as a percentage of another. Now, you get these styles of questions in the exams where they say, write the number of friends that you have who are blue-eyed out of the total number of friends. That style of question. So those are the sort of questions we're going to be dealing with in this video. If you could pause now, copy down these notes here. It might not make sense for now, but hopefully they will do by the end of the video. Alright, so I'm just going to start straight off. You have all done this before. And I know this because every single time I hand out a test, everyone wants to know what was it out of, what was it out of. So let's say you do a test and you get, out of 25, you get 20. Okay, that is 20 out of 25. I got 20 marks out of the total possible marks. One quantity, 20, out of basically out of another. Now the problem comes in here is that we need to convert that into a percentage. So I want it as a percentage of another. So you might not have done this, you've certainly set up a fraction before, but you might not have had to convert it into a percentage. Now there are two methods that we use. One, we can do top number, which is the numerator, divided by the bottom number, which is the denominator. So we do top divided by bottom. That gives us a decimal, and we just multiply that decimal by 100. Now if I do this, 20 divided by 25, I end up with 0.8. Now I can do that in my head because I've had a lot of practice. If you haven't, you're just going to have to set up the bus stop method or whatever method of division you use. So out of 20 divided by 25. 25 doesn't go into 20, so we add on another 0. And I mark my decimals there. I treat this as 200. I know 25 goes into 200 8 times, and so my answer is 0.8 because there's no remainder. Now, I'm only going to do this for this one once. If you need some help with long division, please ask your teacher, or perhaps have a look on Khan Academy, or have a look on one of the YouTube videos, look up long division to help you with this, and you'll be able to work it out pretty easily. Alright, now, my next step on this is because this gives me my decimal. This is the decimal. I don't want a decimal, I want it as a percentage. So I simply multiply this by 100, and I end up, okay, so let's put on here, multiply by 100, so I end up with 80. Remember, multiplying by 100, I just hop my decimal 1, 2 spaces like that. Now technically that's dreadful maths because the decimal doesn't actually move, it's the numbers that move. Okay, so my numbers in this case have hopped 2 to the left, but it looks like the decimal moves, so that's why I used that. Alright, so in this case, if you got 20 out of 25, you achieved 80%. So 20 is 80% of 25. It is 80% of the total possible marks. Alright, let's do a few more examples. Again, I'm going to have a look at trying to do this. We can actually do this method here, trying to make the denominator out of 100. We can do it with this fraction, so I'll do it on the left-hand side. 20 over 25 is what out of 100? Well, clearly 80 out of 100. So, and if you're wondering how I did that, what did I do to 25 to get to 100? I times it by 4, and so I must times my numerator by 4 as well. That's the golden rule of fractions. Alright, let's do a few more examples here. At any time, if you want to, you can rewind and just copy down the notes that I've got on the page, on the board. Please feel free to do that. So let's say here I've got, the question goes something like, you've got 10 friends on Facebook. 3 of these friends are named Jeff. Okay? What percentage of your friends are called Jeff? So the first thing, we're going to set up a fraction. Alright, so set up my fraction. So I've got 3 Jeffs out of my 10 friends on Facebook. What is that as a percentage? So I'm going to use both methods. So if I make my denominator out of 100, that's going to give me 30 out of 100, which is 30%. Brilliant. If I wanted to do the more challenging method, that's going to be 3 divided by 10, and I can use my long division, and that's simply going to give me 0.3, multiplied by 100, 30%, and you'll see straight away they're both exactly the same. Excellent! So, why on earth would we ever do this method? Well, reason is pretty simple. Let's say there are 24 people in your class, and of those 24 people, 8 of them are boys. What percentage of the class are boys? Alright, well, first step, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We'll set up a fraction, so 8 out of the 24. Now, if I'm looking at this method, I'm kind of going, can't really do that. Uh-oh. It's going to be really difficult for me to convert 24 into 100. I could do it, but it would take me ages. Alright? It would take me much longer. So in that case, I'm not even going to bother with it. I'm just going to go straight away. I'm going to do my long division. Alright, so I'm going to set it up. 8 divided by 24. And it doesn't go, so I add my zeros, and so on, and so on, and so on. Now, I happen to know that 8 divided by 24 is going to give me 0.3 recurring. That's 0.3 recurring. That's the same as 0.333333, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Alright, what we have to do here now is obviously I've converted it into a decimal, so we're going to times it by 100. So 0.3 times 100 gives me 33.3 recurring. And so that is my answer. Alright, that's the fire alarm, so I'm going to have to go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers.